Welcome to TBK Nationwide Series, around the halfway point. This is Daytona again. After a couple days of delay due to rain, the race got underway on the Sunday, and it was Joe Daw and Spinny Tortoni leading the field down to green. You see Daw has Josh Chin and Gail Brooks behind him, while Tortoni has his teammate Mitch Kent, and I believe that was, well, never mind that, as Josh Chin takes the lead. Randy Winston, who was not here earlier in the season, takes second from him. And then here's Scotty Nicholson. He's employing a hang out in the back strategy, while you see Chris Pettit and Ralph Sabara, they decide to battle together, along with Wayne Stell. Pettit needs a good run, and he's way back, falling in points down to 6th, as you see some more of Ralph Sabara leading the field, with Ben Alton trying to pass him, as you see Nicholson is starting to fall back, and, well, let's just say that plan, staying in the back, it backfired on him. And here's Alton trying to get a run with Mike Sarley in tow. You see Pettit and Chris Pym, and then finally it's Wayne Stell who would challenge Ralph Sabara. And then you see Stell would get around him, no help, but Sabara would get right back around, and then Stell would get right back around Sabara. And you see here, caution 1, lap 22. Something breaks on Chris Wetz's car, his steering seizes up, and he just cuts in front of Ben Alton. The car still is turning, and he gets into Alton, and Jason Katterberg and a couple other cars are also involved. You see that's Giacchi, that's Pym, that's Moore, and that's George Treppi, last week's winner. You see the cars, and then he gets turned. Josh Chin gets involved, Alexandre Quiros, and Andrea Giacchi. And there's the 87. Here's what happened. Watch Mitch Kent. He turns Josh Chin into Chris Pym, and that just snowballs from there, and a few cars, including last week's winner Treppi, would be out, and other cars would pit. You see Wayne Stell leads them down, but a few stayed out. Those included Shane Gardner, Joey Adji, Joe Hance, Otto Bergman, Randy Winston, and Scott Nicholson. You see the restart. Chris Wetz is a couple laps down. They got the steering problem fixed before the end of the race. The end of the caution, and Leon Davis got a chance up front. He needs this. And then our points leader engine expires. Yes, David Hetzel's engine just expired on lap 29, and then caution 2 was on lap 30. This was huge. Watch Brendan Langlois. He gets clipped by Otto Bergman, Joe Daw. Leon Davis spins. Scotty Nicholson, Joey Adji gets on his side. Ralph Sabara, Chris Wetz, that's Mitch Kent, Spinny Tortoni. Let's see, Shane Gardner, I think that was Quiros involved again, and whoa, Giacchi just goes through there. And here's Adji's on roof cam. He almost gets through it, and then Bergman comes down on him, and then he hits Langlois just like he did in February, except he's the one who goes upside down, and then nowhere for Shane Gardner to go. He drills him, and Gardner gets drilled by Winston. And here's Wayne Stell, the dominant car of the day. And, well, this is not what you want if you're a dominant car. He spins, he gets hit by his teammate, and he gets it back around. And here's Tommy Toe. You see there was a few cars that had kind of straggled at the back of the pack, expecting this to happen, but Tommy, he just clips the 84 of Eddie Lynch and the 90 of Chris Wetz. And you see he damaged the suspension. And then here's Giacchi. You see that's David Hetzel. He's still limping back to the pits. You can see he's just going to go right, shoot up the middle, out Lynch, and then Adji, Bergman, Nicholson, and, well, he made it through. And then after the restart, Phil Wilkes had to come down for a penalty, but didn't make it, and he stopped on track. And, well, caution. And under this caution, Wayne Stell would pit, and he would have to fall out of the race. Mike Sarley, Paul Smith, and I think that is Danny Marin and Simon Topham and Ryan Wilson. Those 5 were the dominant cars at the second part of the race. You see they get around Josh Chin. Chin was limping, and he was trying his best to stay out of the way, but both Marin and Topham both get stuck. And you saw the 29 car also was having some problems up ahead. You see Marin is kind of having some issues, but he gets around Chin as him and Topham kind of go 3 wide. And then on the last lap, it was Mike Sarley, Danny Marin, Paul Smith, and Simon Topham. They come up on some lap cars. That's Endre Giacchi, that's Joe Hance, and that's Randy Winston. Sarley manages to get around him before Paul Smith can get, and so Smith is now in second. Topham, Wilson, and Marin is stuck behind Giacchi. Not a good move from that bright blue car. You see, coming out of the final turn, Smith is too far back. Sarley has got about 3 car lengths. Topham tries to go, and Mike Sarley wins at Daytona in a rain-delayed race. And then it's Sarley, Smith, Topham, Wilson, Marin, who's been really fast, Davis, Langlois, Pettit, Joe Daw, and Gale Brooks round out the top 10. Yes?